Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Depending on where you are in this world, God bless you. This is Gloria White coming to you from Utah, USA. Today we're going to be continuing in the book of Zacariah, which it is listed that way in the King James Version. It's listed as Zacariah. And so we're in the Greek Septuagint, and we are in chapter 3. And we're going to read from the Greek Septuagint. We're going to read from the Greek Septuagint. And then we're going to go over and read from the King James Version of the Holy Bible, the same chapter. So if you want to get out your King James Holy Bible so you can follow along and compare the differences and see what it adds to your knowledge and understanding, I think that would be a good idea. And just pause your video and then you can come back and start it up again. All right, let's go. And the Lord showed me Jesus the high priest, standing before the angel of the Lord, and the devil stood on his right hand to resist him. And the Lord said to the devil, "The Lord rebuke thee, O devil, even the Lord that has chosen Jerusalem rebuke thee. Behold, is not this as a brand plucked from the fire?" Now Jesus was clothed in filthy raiment, and stood before the angel. And the Lord answered and spoke to those who stood before him, saying, "Take away the filthy raiment from him." And he said to him, "Behold, I have taken away thine iniquities, and clothe ye him with a long robe, and place a pure mitre upon his head." So they placed a pure mitre upon his head, and clothed him with garments. And the angel of the Lord stood by. And the angel of the Lord testified to Jesus, saying, "Thus saith the Lord Almighty, if thou wilt walk in my ways, and take heed to my charges, then shalt thou judge my house. And if thou wilt diligently keep my court, then will I give thee men to walk in the midst of thee that stand here. Hear now, Jesus the high priest, thou and thy neighbors that are sitting before thee, for they are diviners. For behold, I bring forth my servant the branch. For as for the stone which I have set before the face of Jesus, on the one stone are 7 eyes. Behold, I am digging a trench, saith the Lord Almighty, and I will search out all the iniquity of the land in one day. In that day, saith the Lord Almighty, ye shall call together every man his neighbor, under the vine and under the fig tree. That concludes chapter 3 in the Greek Septuagint. Now we're going to go over to the King James Holy Bible, to Zacariah chapter 3, which I've lost my place. All right, now we're in the King James Version of the Holy Bible, in the book of Zacariah chapter 3. And he showed me Joshua the high priest, standing before the angel of the Lord, and Satan the adversary, standing at his right hand to resist or oppose him. And the Lord said unto Satan, "The Lord rebuke thee, O Satan, even the Lord that hath chosen Jerusalem rebuke thee. Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire?" Now Joshua was clothed with filthy garments, and stood before the angel. And he answered and spake unto those that stood before him, saying, "Take away the filthy garments from him." And unto him he said, "Behold, I have caused thine iniquity to pass from thee, and I will clothe thee with a change of raiment, or rich robes." And I said, "Let them set a fair mitre, or a clean turban, upon his head." So they set a fair mitre upon his head, and clothed him with garments, And the angel of the Lord stood by. And the angel of the Lord protested, or admonished unto Joshua, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, if thou wilt walk in my ways, and if thou wilt keep my charge, or my command, then shalt thou also judge my house, and shalt also keep my courts. And I will give thee places to walk among these that stand by, or stand here. Hear, O Joshua the high priest, thou and thy fellows, or thy companions, that sit before thee. For they are men, or a wondrous sign, men of a sign, men wondered at. For behold, I will bring forth my servant the branch. For behold, the stone that I have laid before Joshua, upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Behold, I will engrave the gravings thereof. The gravings are the inscription thereof, saith the Lord of hosts. And I will remove the iniquity of that land in one day. In that day, saith the Lord of hosts, shall ye cry, or shall ye call every man his neighbor, under the vine and under the fig tree. Now if we go back up to verse 9, this graving, where it says, I will engrave the graving thereof, that actually translates into inscription. And as always, I love you. There's something else there. Oh, okay, in verse 9, that's what else I wanted to give you some reference here. The 7 eyes. You can find the 7 eyes spoken of in Isaiah 42, verse 1. So Isaiah chapter 42, verse 1. And you can read more about the 7 eyes. And as always, I love you.